Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'll show you a team you can use for this bounty event. First things first, pop to the shop, make sure you grab yourself a tier 1 and a tier 2. Tier 1, you get the Potion of Enchantment, enchants all allies at the start of battle for this event only, and some other stuff, which is handy. But tier 2, you grab the Potion of Explosion, and some other stuff, including the very important, the Vital Bounty Captain, Treekin. Not vital because of its spell, because it can actually work against you, but vital in the way that this gives you double bounty points as the bounty captain. And you also need to get that first trait as well and get this to mythic level to benefit the most from that. Alright, so let's take a look at the other team. They all have to be bounty troops at the same time. I'm on level 9 at the moment because I tried an experimental team, trying to make use of the bounty captain, trying to think, okay, is this bounty captain going to be one that's actually useful? But its spell ended up working against it a lot. I tried it in first place, thinking, okay, that spell pretty handy. If we gain attack and armor, that is going to be very handy indeed when we match skulls. And it converts 4 brown gems to entangle gems. And when you match those entangle gems, it puts entangle on a random enemy. But what was happening a lot was it was kind of setting the enemy up a lot to match those gems. And what do you know, the troop it decided to entangle was him most of the time, or her, whatever it is. I haven't looked. But the point was, it ended up entangling itself effectively from its own spell, making it literally its own worst enemy. So I cancelled that team and it got sent to the back of the queue. Basically, I'm going to have Goblet at the front, who is immune to entangle. So if those gems appear, or if we decide just for fun to cast this fella, then we're going to be immune to entangle, which means that is going to be making the team a lot safer. The other cool thing about her as well is it either does one or two things. Entangles the first 2 enemies or gives half mana to the first 2 allies. Tigraki Warrior uses more mana than Corpse Mare, so we'll have this in second place. Deals true damage to an enemy boosted by their armor. So you always cast that on the troop that's got the most armor if you want the biggest effect. And Corpse Mare destroys a row, which gains mana for the team, and then steals magic +1 life from the first enemy boosted by Skulls Destroyed. There's 2 ways of benefiting from that spell, either destroying the row which has the most skulls on it to get a bigger boost, or looking for a gem you can remove, which effectively makes a match on gems at the same time to get more mana for your team. So it can work in either way, but yeah, pretty good troop, and that's effectively true damage as well. So these 2 work really well hand in hand, but I do like the idea of being safe from entangle in this, just in case those entangle gems appear. But a fairly straightforward team to use. Banner for this, going to go for +2 green, +1 red, -1 purple maze banner, because we do not use purple, but all the other colours we do. And the class is absolutely irrelevant for this. No hero in this team, so no benefits from the class. And times 30 bounty points is what you want. Important to have the bounty captain, everybody onto mythic level if you can, and don't use more than one of the same troop. So let's dive in. And get our Corpse Mare up maybe. Get a nice chunk of damage going straight away. Goblet is ready. You can cast that if you want. Entangle the first 2 enemies or give half mana to the first 2 allies. That's going to get Tigraki Warrior charged up straight away if she decides to do that second option. She didn't. She entangled the first 2, but this one must be immune. Yeah, impervious. That's okay. We'll let them get away with it. They won't get away with it for long. So let's do that damage. Let's actually do this one first. Destroy a row, steal magic +1 life from the first enemy boosted by Skulls Destroyed. So like I say, you can either base it on Skulls Destroyed, or you can try and look for somewhere where it's going to give you a gem match. There's some there somewhere, like this would give us red if we wanted to get red, but our troops are up anyway. But the point is, you can do it that way and get a match like that. Right, so let's cast this dude. Who's got the most armor? Doesn't matter, they're going to die anyway. Literally no point in casting this thing when it's at the bottom. You're only going to convert 4 brown gems to entangle gems. And he's going to convert them to green effectively. Something entirely useless, but funny troop. If it was immune to entangle, that would have been a bit of a game changer. For that nature heart, if it was immune to entangle, that would have been so much better. But maybe too good, I don't know. Right, what are we looking for? Might as well get this. Not many options there. These things are not often that quick. These bounty events, it's a bit of a slog. Got no choice but to go through it as it is. Not a best amount of choice of troops in this event. Yeah, it's best amount of it. Always going to be immune to the skulls, which is handy. Immune to entangle, rather. And job done. Stage 10. I'm not going to show all the stages because it's just a case of using this strategy to go through all the stages. And varying upon your magic level, your player level in the game, you will have to cast each troop more than once. Right, so the cool thing about her is if she gives that second option, or give half mana, it's not half remaining mana, it's half their total mana. So this will always get 6. So if we got it now, for example, then we would be absolutely ready to go. But I'm going to collect that because with the Potion of Enchantment, we're ready to go anyway. So let's do this. Let's see what we can do. Can we... No, I'm not going to look too hard. I'm just going to take out that skull at the same time. Get a bit of a boost. You always cast Chigraki on someone that's got the most armor if you want to get the biggest effect out of it. He's often going to knock them out in one go. Do your stuff. Right, she decided to entangle the first 2 enemies. She does have a habit, Goblet, of doing the other thing that you really didn't want her to do. She's a bit annoying like that. But hey, right, let's get rid of them. The cool thing about this is you can actually pick on somebody that's not entangled, making it safer for the team, because if we took out that fire troll then, whatever it is, then that is the troop that is entangled. We would have left ourselves vulnerable to skull hits. Alright, what should we do? Let's see if we can get a mana splurge. Let's cast this. Get rid of them. Always good to get Chigraki up. He's such a powerful troop for this event. Based on the troops that we have available, that is. Well, the team is actually doing completely fine on these later levels. To be fair to Goblet, whether she casts one thing or the other, if you do it at the right moment, then you can't really go wrong. If she decides to entangle the first 2 enemies, that is good. You're going to be safe from skull hits, and she'll be completely safe all the time. She can carry on sniffing her flowers. And if she decides to give half mana to the first 2 allies, that is good as well. So we'll grab some mana for them. Let's do that boost on whoever's got the most, who's got a lot of armor. You have up top. Let's wallop it on you. All right, now Goblet, do your stuff. There you go. Half mana for Chigraki. Didn't get the mana surge though, but nearly ready to cast again. Let's get rid of that top troop. Chigraki's ready again. Let's give them a skull bash first. When you get Chigraki Warrior and Goblet up at the same time, always recommended to cast your Chigraki Warrior first. And the reason is, if she decides to give that half mana, you're not actually wasting it. So we'll cast this first. Let's chuck on someone that's got a lot of armor. Oh no, let's do that first. Makes Goblet safe. She may be like a dainty looking thing, but she's actually perfectly safe up in first place with her spell. Makes it really cool for her. So let's do that. She decided the half mana is a good thing again, which is not a complaint. That is actually very good. They're softened right up now. Let's give them a wallop. Yeah, that didn't hurt. She's decided to entangle. I don't care about that. That is pretty cool. She can do that. Softened up. Finished them off. What are we looking for? Blue or yellow? Neither. Nice little skull back there. And we've got some yellow for Corpse Mare to finish off. Let's just do the last stage in, show how you go about this on the last stage. Obviously this will vary upon your magic level, how often you have to cast certain troops. Do like to cast Goblet nice and early though. Either or is good, especially when you get your Chigraki up nice and quick. Let's destroy the row. Let's do this one with the most skulls in it. Tigraki is now going to finish off that top troop. Kaboosh! Top troop is entangled, so you can leave him that skull back if you like. We're not worried about skull damage so much. We'd rather collect some mana for our team. We'll get that for Tigraki. Just in case Goblet decides she's going to give the extra mana, which she did. No red, no brown available. Ah. To get some green in, I suppose. Just get rid of her. Let's see if we get the entangle. No, she decides to give the boost again. That's okay. Gets things shifting on at a nice steady rate. Let's get that. Oh, we've set him up for Skullback, which I will take this one just in case she gets kaputted, which I do not want her to get kaputted. See, when she kind of should do entangle, she doesn't. She gives the mana boost. Let's do that on the first troop. Now just a couple of charges away from getting things done. Let's do that, so I don't want her to get bashed. And whoever's up first out of Tigraki and Corpse Mare. Who's gonna get there first? Ooh, wow, doesn't really matter who. But there, done. Fairly easy team to use and pretty safe if you use Goblet properly. But yeah, no bother from the Entangle gems in them. We didn't bother casting our bottom troop, which is the one that's going to create them. So yeah, could create more issues than actually help the team, which is not the idea of the troop. But anyway, there's a video. If you found it useful or helpful, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. Catch you again next time. Bye for now.